Chelle.
Alan.
Yeah, what we're going to do here was thought we'd spend a few minutes just going over our 2016 year review. Now, 2016, I think it was about the 19th of January, I started vlogging. So you can go back and look at all my vlogs all the way back to about it's a border already. middle of January I started vlogging, and there's quite a few things happened towards the last year, so you can either listen to this video or go back and look at tomorrow. So what happened? First thing that happened after Christmas.
We went to see Bowling for Soup.
Yes, we had a road trip down to Glasgow to see Bowling for Soup. Did a bit of shopping. Myself, Michelle and Amy went down, and that was a good time. Really good time.
Good concert.
Yeah, I remember it because it was when there was a storm Henry came through. I just remember that popped into my brain. As I remember coming, we were stopped off for some food on the way down, and was being blown all over the place. And we went to the Hard Rock Cafe, as I remember.
We did.
Yes.
We did.
And then a bit later on, what happened? I can't remember now.
Believe it or not, that the whole point of starting doing the vlogging was so that we could remember our experiences, and that's obviously worked really well.
Well, yeah, I don't remember anything from, because Bowling for Soup I think was in March.
It was in January.
Was it in January?
January or February, yeah. It was definitely earlier in the year.
Oh.
So I'm just going to sit up. There we go.
Okay, so say maybe February.
We went to the. I don't think it really matters if we do it in chronological order.
No, I'm just.
It's probably a good idea that we don't.
Yeah, well, because our memories are rubbish. We went to the Lake District in May.
We did. We climbed some hills, and that was good fun. And my feet have just about recovered from the blisters that I got that day.
Yes, we had a week in Coniston.
What a sense of achievement though, climbing those hills. Well, for me anyway. I mean, you've done it before, so.
Yeah, a week in Coniston. It was a little bit lighter then as well. The diet was working at that point.
Speaking of light, the Light Festival.
Oh yes.
You did have the camera then, I remember.
Yes, we did vlog that because I got copyrighted.
Yeah, the Light Festival. I got some really cracking photographs of light, long exposure photographs of light that day.
Which we will be coming to. I remember a poem on that. It was I can't remember the name of it now. It's on the videos. It was projected on the gravestones. At St Nicholas Kirk in Aberdeen, and the main church there.
Your family came to visit, Neil and Vicky?
Yes, for the very first time since I've lived in Scotland. To put in the context, I moved up to Scotland in 1997, and for the very first time my middle brother came visiting.
I thought Neil was the eldest.
He was the middle.
Oh.
He is the eldest.
Explains a lot, John.
Yeah, Michelle's an eldest child, by the way. That's what's going through her brain at the minute.
Yeah. So that was really good, and we went to the food festival.
Yes, the food festival. You'll see pictures of that in our outro, which I've just changed. I've just changed our outro, but there's still a little bit of.
Yeah, just in case we forget a bunch of stuff, I am going to put together a photo montage that you'll see just after what we're talking about now.
Yeah.
And of course, the big yeehaw of the year was obviously our trip to Florida, which you're still seeing the footage of now.
Yeah, just an update on that. We're only on to day 3. I haven't finished editing all the footage for that. I came back with 600 gig.
Came back with a hard drive, an expandable hard drive and a half full of stuff.
Yeah, so I'm going to be putting up vlogs for a while on that one, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It'll probably take me all year to get them up, actually.
What a great holiday, though. I mean, I got to swim with dolphins, which is something I've wanted to do for a long time. So that was a big
lifetime's ambition.
Big lifetime's ambition, and a really strong memory of the trip. I mean, there was a lot of really good memories of the trip as well. I'll put up some photographs that you'll get a sneak preview of some of our days that Alan hasn't posted yet, because I'll take some pictures from further in. And of course, it was all the sweeter because it very nearly didn't happen.
Yes, so obviously from there we're moving into
the less,
some of the less happy times of the year.
I mean,
Because you always have goods and you have bads.
I mean, I did a blog this morning about basically just reviewing the year, and while there was a lot of bad, there was obviously Alan not being very well, in and out of hospital, and then he had to have surgery, and then there was my car accident, which was not a highlight of my year. I'm still dealing with the psychological repercussions of that now, trying to get my confidence back in driving, but thankfully the physical symptoms are gone, except for a pain in my head whenever the temperature changes, because the skin in my scalp keeps stretching, contracting and expanding, and that's quite painful at times, especially when it's really cold. Obviously I was signed off with stress this year as well, which hasn't been great, and we sort of, yeah, there was the car, the Astra failing, and then getting the Clio, and then we all know what happened to the Clio, and now we have the Megane, so.
Yes, and we've got one big hangover to take over into the new year in an hour and a half. We've got to fix the Astra.
Yes, the Astra will be getting fixed in 2017, so we'll be back to having two cars. But I mean, there was a lot of bad. Don't get me wrong. We've had a pretty horrific year, sort of health-wise, both myself and Alan, and two cars and things like that. But when I looked back over everything, there were far more good days than there were bad days.
If you're wondering why I'm not paying attention, it's because what I'm doing, I'm just clicking back through the channel's videos as aired memoirs.
I mean, we did a lot of really cool things this year. You know, like I said, the Spectra Festival, the food festival. Went to the Lake District. We also did a lot of walking around. We went to Harrow House, and we went to.
Well, we went to Fyvie Castle 8 months ago. We got snowed off.
Yeah, we meant to go to Fyvie Castle and got snowed off.
Yeah, I've forgotten that this year actually started really bad. It was hailstoning and that in May, wasn't it, as I remember?
It was, yeah. We went to Colliston Beach. We took you up to Drum Castle. Yeah, we had a lot of day trips, and we did things, and we attempted to have we attempted to start growing some vegetables, and that didn't work out so well.
Yeah, because I ended up with my operation. I couldn't. There was no way I could do any manual work.
No, maybe this year.
Yeah, we'll see.
We'll see. Maybe.
We'll see.
It could
not committing myself to something I wouldn't.
It could maybe be a project. Whereas. So yeah, I mean, if you focus on the positive, it was actually overall a very good year. Obviously, I'm still dealing with the stress. Alan is doing a lot better than he was in 2015. You didn't see us in 2015. We weren't doing this then, and this is actually part of the reason why we started vlogging in the first place. Is it was something for Alan to do. It was a hobby that was outside of work. It was a way to sort of try and
detach myself from my work.
Yeah, it was all about sort of re-establishing a work-life balance. And in 2017, one of the things that we plan to do is to do more, to go out and to do things and to be not as housebound.
Well, we started this vlog and we did say we'll give it a week, see how it went.
Yeah, and a year on.
Well, it'll be a year in about 3 weeks' time, and we fully intend carrying on with it. It's very difficult doing daily vlogs because, to be quite honest, I'm editing some of the stuff and I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, I'm doing the same as I did yesterday, Yeah. It's very difficult to actually, get any exciting content in it, but that's the route that we chose.
Not to mention the fact that we're not actually particularly exciting people. Sorry folks, we're not. We are very ordinary. We get up, we brush our teeth, we get dressed, we go to work, we come home, we have our tea. Alan edits, I read, I knit, I do whatever. We go to bed, we sleep, we get up.
We're crazy.
Well, between the two of us, yeah, we're both mental. But
Plus, we take a teddy bear on holiday with us.
that we do, yes.
Yeah, well, I'd explain. You'll have seen, everybody's seen our house mascot. That all came about, just to explain, that came about with, obviously, before we was vlogging and before we had any, very much, well, didn't have any money. Not got a lot of money now, actually. Still living from week to week, making ends meet. Well, we had one camera, and when we went places, I was very camera shy. Michelle didn't want to be on the film camera neither. She was taking a photograph, so yeah, they had a photograph of me. I actually can see it coming up now. You see it on the telly when it's on the screensaver. You'll just see a lot of photographs of me, and that's it. So we decided, well, what we're going to do to have memories of where we've been.
And that's where Lando came in.
So the teddy bear, we started taking pictures of teddy bears. Lando, it's short for Orlando because we bought him in Orlando in 2010.
Yeah, and I have a great
2011, sorry.
And I have great fun finding bears to mug for their clothing.
Yes.
And I steal their jumpers. So Lando actually has a better wardrobe than I do. But yeah, so 2017.
Yes. Well, first thing for 2017.
It's almost upon us.
First thing for 2017 is I'm really looking forward to Six Nations coming up. Which is 5 weeks off.
I am really looking forward to getting Blink 182 tickets for July.
Yes, Blink 182, we're really looking forward to that. I'd love to actually get some tickets to go to Merrifield.
Maybe, yeah.
If we can swing it. Now, last year we took 3 weeks holiday in one go, and what a pain that was. That was confusing. It's alright, you're still recording. Well, that was the other GoPro switching off. You recognise that sound when you're filming and you hear it beep and you think, oh God, I've got to put another battery in now. But anyway, moving on. What was it saying? Yeah.
Murrayfield.
Murrayfield, yeah. I've not been to Murrayfield to watch the rugby for a long time.
Since before we were married.
Yeah, well, last rugby match we watched was against the All Blacks.
That was really good.
Yeah, predictable outcome.
You just had surgery.
Yeah, I had actually. I was on the sick. I just had surgery from a hernia operation I had. I was at work and I was in a previous job to what I'm doing now, and I was working on the shop floor, and I was carrying milk bottle mould, which is basically, you know, the milk bottles, and it was a 6-pint milk bottle, so it's pretty big tool, and I was carrying it, and I carried it upstairs to where the sandblaster was, because that's what you do, you sandblast the surface so it doesn't stick when it's moulding. Which you really didn't want to know, but
there you go.
Yeah, and I carried it upstairs, and when I got upstairs, I thought, oh, that hurt. I didn't think, oh, that hurt. I think, oh, I think I need the toilet. That's how it felt. And what I'd actually done is I'd ripped all my stomach muscles. So obviously I had a hernia, and that had to be repaired, and that's what I was on the sick for.
Yeah, you not long had the hernia operation done. And I think we already had tickets before your surgery date came up.
Yeah, it was a very similar experience to Florida.
Oddly enough.
Yeah, we had tickets to go, and believe me, the number of consultants I've seen and trying not to get... We rushed the operation. Obviously, I'm fortunate that I have work for a big company, a very big company, soon to become bigger, and we have health insurance. It's a discounted health insurance.
Yeah, you get yours for free and you get mine at a discount.
Yeah, so basically we're lucky we can use Bupa. Now, I wouldn't normally use it. I know that sounds like a bit of a strange thing.
No, but I mean, if it's not, I mean, for something, I mean, my wrist injury, which you've probably heard about throughout the year, is actually recurring. It's a recurring injury.
Yeah, it's a pre-condition as well.
It's not a pre-existing condition.
Well, it was when I signed you up.
Oh, yeah, good point. But either way, it's what they call a chronic illness, so it's not covered by the health insurance anyway. But for stuff like, I mean, Alan's going in next week for having some ultrasound work done, and that's being done under the NHS.
Yeah, it's following up on.
And your CT scan was done under the NHS,
Yeah.
but your gallbladder surgery was rushed through under the health insurance because
Yeah.
we needed to get you through surgery before we flew.
It had to be done, and to be quite honest, I haven't had that done. I wouldn't have been able to get the insurance to go abroad.
No, and even then the insurance was absolutely extortionate.
Yeah.
And thankfully we didn't need it, but I definitely don't regret paying the money for it, because if we'd needed it and I didn't have it, we'd have been in so much trouble. But yeah, so Murrayfield tickets, getting back on topic, I am looking forward to Amy's wedding.
Yes, wedding to go to in May. Michelle is maid of honour.
Matron.
Same thing, isn't it?
No, matron of honour because I'm married. Maids of honour. It's the same.
She's best woman.
It's essentially it's the same job description. It's just that the title changes when you're married.
She's best woman. And I'll be going on this stag do.
You'll be going on the stag do, yeah?
In York, I believe, but
That's
no, but actually, it's just what told me he knows about it. I thought I might have given something away there, but
no,
I probably
but it's not really set in stone yet, so maybe.
It's going to be somewhere. So I've got that wedding. With nothing planned past that, I don't think. Apart from Blink 182, which is in July.
Yeah, other than that, there isn't really anything we've got planned. I mean, I have plans and sort of goals for this year. I've decided I'm not setting any New Year's resolutions this year, and I'm not making up a big list of goals to achieve. I have plans though.
88 books.
88 books again. I only made it to 73 this year.
And I swear we didn't do 73 book reviews last year.
No, we did not.
So
But,
there you go.
Um,
I'll keep hounding her for do book reviews.
So 73 books. So my target of 88 stands for next year as well. I also.
And guess what? I won't read any.
No, you probably won't. He listens to a lot of books.
Over and over again because I generally fall asleep to them.
You do.
Yes.
I am planning on getting back on track with getting my life in order, getting my house in order mentally and physically and stuff, you know, because before everything sort of kicked off with me being signed off with stress, and then with Alan getting ill, and then with me with the car accident.
Well, yeah, I'm ending the year ill as well. That's why we're sitting in here at 10:30 on New Year's Eve.
Because we're so rock and roll.
Even though Michelle got invited to 2 parties and I didn't.
I thought you said it was 3.
It was 3. I've let you off for 1. You don't have to go.
Oh, thanks. But yeah, so that's. I mean, I'm going to be getting my house in order. I mean, Alan got me an Apple Watch for Christmas, so that'll help with that. Start going to the gym again. Our schedules will be made a lot easier by the car the Astra getting put back on the road.
Which will be end of January, hopefully end of January, beginning of February. So all we got, we've been really lucky with the weather again.
Yeah, very lucky.
It just means it's going to be bad weather all the way up till probably end of April again, mid-April. So we've got 4 months of winter, and we're hoping to get out and about and
do things.
Show you around, and we'll keep our eye open on our local prices. See if there's events I can go to, shops I can get thrown out of for vlogging, things like that. That's been an experience. It's been enjoyable, and obviously we can't end this without thanking everybody.
Oh no, absolutely not. No, we are. I mean, I'm constantly amazed and astounded that there are people like yourselves out there that find our lives interesting enough to want to watch us, because I don't think that we're anything special, and I don't think you do either.
No, I don't. Michelle touched on why we're doing this. We did it, one, to get myself some work-life balance. Also, to keep an eye on myself. You know, you've got to look at yourself. I'm looking at myself. I'm actually editing at the night time. I'm looking at what I'm doing, and yeah, just basically using it as an aid for.
It's part of the same reason why when I got signed off with stress, it made me sit in front of the camera and talk to the camera. I don't know what it was meant to achieve, but I don't know. In a way, it sort of helped, I guess, and that's partially why he's doing this now.
To be quite honest, if you've never vlogged when you're sitting there and you're chatting like this is the most honest you'll ever be. You can't lie. You can lie to yourself. This kind of what I'm saying. You can sit there and think, oh, everything's perfectly okay. But once you start doing this, you're not lying.
No,
Yeah.
we especially do try to be as
Well, you've got to be, otherwise you will be found out.
yeah.
I can't do this and talk to somebody what's seen my vlogs and say, oh, they all know, everybody knows what I've done. Yeah. So it keeps you honest. Keeps you very honest. I'll tell you that now.
And we always try to present
the
the most real version of ourselves to you as well. You know, it's not like we turn the camera on and it's like, hey, look how great our life is, and then you turn it off and it's like, oh, for God's sake, not again. I mean, it is very much warts and all. I mean, there are things that are going on that we won't share.
We did battle with that for a while, how we was going to present ourselves, and we thought, well, this is our life, warts and all. We wanted.
You can only keep up a pretense for so long as well.
I mean, you can see other YouTubers out there, and you can see it's an act. I see it as an act, and it's entertaining and it's good, and you can live your life vicariously through them. But you know, well, in my mind, I know that when the camera stops rolling, you can't be like that all the time.
No.
We're not like this all the time. Chelle falls out with me a lot.
You've seen it.
I've not took my pills tonight. She fell out with me.
So there you go.
I never fall out with Chelle. I'm an angel.
So there you go. So that's our view.
I got away with that.
Oh, we forgot about
Thanking people.
we thanked people already.
Oh yeah, well, I'm not going to read out names. You all know who you are. I've shouted you all out throughout the year at various occasions.
Yeah, no, but seriously, thank you guys. Thank you, all of you. We don't do it for the subscribers, and we don't do it for we don't do it for the views. We're not in this to make money, because
I don't make money out of it.
No, not to mention the fact that it's
cost me money.
It's not yeah.
Cost me a lot of money.
Yeah. It's not like we're a niche thing. We're not out there to get views, but it's always nice to hear from you, and it's humbling in a way to know that you're out there and know that you're watching, even if you never comment.
See, it's the way I see it. It's like getting involved in your village. We've got a village 5 miles down the road with a church. People go to church, and whatever your religious views, I see it getting involved in your community. That's the way I see it. It's like almost like I was going to say social duty, but it's not.
It's not a duty. No.
I think things are better if you get involved and you actually have neighbours and you have friends and that kind of thing.
One thing that I will say is that our lives are certainly more interesting with the camera.
Yep, can't get away with anything.
And we do a lot more things that we wouldn't have done. We didn't do in 2015. We have done this year, and we'll continue to do and to add to next year in 2017, which is 1 hour and 20 minutes away. And speaking of 20 minutes, we are hitting the 24-minute mark now, so this is actually officially a vlog in its own right.
Okay, so what we'll do with that, thank you very much, and if you stay with us right to the end, to this point, wake up!
I'll finish off with a montage of our highlights and our lowlights for 2016. And we'll see you all on the other side.
Bye.
Bye. And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. I hope 2017 is brilliant.
Yeah, so do I.